Halloween brought them together. Halloween tore them apart. Halloween set her free.
Do you believe that flowers can change your life? I believe they could. Still do, actually. But I learned the hard way that not all changes are good. My name is Amara Bennett, and I owned Petal and Stem, a boutique flower shop in West Village, Manhattan. I inherited the business from my grandmother 3 years before, and I'd transformed it into a sanctuary of beauty. I loved every detail. The smell of fresh roses in the morning, the challenge of creating unique arrangements, the joy on customers' faces when they saw their flowers. My straight black hair was always pulled back in a practical ponytail, my hands frequently stained with soil, but I was happy, completely, genuinely happy. Until that Halloween night in 2020, when Min Jun Kim walked into my shop asking for something special for an art gallery. That was the first of hundreds of lies he would tell me. It was Halloween Eve, around 7 in the evening. I was closing up shop, organizing the day's leftovers to donate to a local hospital, something my grandmother always did, and I had kept the tradition. I was wearing my work apron, covered in leaves, jeans, comfortable sneakers, nothing glamorous, just me, Amara, the florist. When I heard the door chime, I almost said we were closed, but then I saw him, tall, breathtakingly handsome Korean man in an impeccable suit that probably cost more than my monthly revenue. Black hair perfectly styled, intense dark eyes, and that smile. God, that smile. "Sorry for arriving so late," he said with a slightly noticeable accent. "I need something special for an event tomorrow, art gallery, Halloween theme. Could you help me?" I should have said no. Should have pointed to other flower shops still open, but something in that smile, in those eyes, made me say, "Sure, come in. Let's see what I can do." He entered, and suddenly my small shop seemed smaller. Not because he was big, though he was, maybe 5'11", but because he had this presence, that way successful people have of taking up space. I showed him options: black roses, burgundy dahlias, dried branches painted gold. He listened attentively, asking intelligent questions. "You clearly love what you do. How do you know?" I asked. "It's in your eyes, in the way you touch each flower. It's art." I felt my face warm. I wasn't used to compliments from absurdly handsome strangers. We created an arrangement together. He insisted on helping, despite his expensive suit. We spent an hour there, laughing, talking about art, flowers, life. He told me he was CEO of a tech company. I told him about my grandmother and how she'd taught me the language of flowers. Every flower has meaning. Red roses are love. White lilies are purity. Yellow chrysanthemums are rejected love. "And black roses?" he asked. "End of something, but also new beginning." He smiled. "Perfect. Like you." My heart raced. I tried to ignore it. He was a client, rich and handsome client, but a client, nothing more. When we finished, the arrangement was spectacular, dramatic but elegant, gothic but sophisticated. "It's perfect," he said. "How much?" I calculated quickly. $300. It was more than usual, but I'd stayed after hours and used premium flowers. He pulled out his wallet and gave me $500. "Keep the change for your time." And he hesitated. "There's an event tomorrow night, gallery opening, where I'm taking these flowers. Would you like to come as my guest? It would be interesting to have the artist behind these flowers there." My brain screamed to say no, but my mouth said, "Would have to be after 7. The shop closes at 6. He smiled. That devastating smile. "Perfect. Min Jun Kim, by the way." He extended his hand. "Amara Bennett," I replied, shaking it. His hand was warm, firm, And when our eyes met, I felt something. Chemistry. Attraction. Destiny, I thought. How wrong I was. The gallery the next day was magical. I went straight from the shop, still in simple clothes, basic black dress and flats. Nothing compared to the designer dresses of other women, but Minjun made me feel like I was the most important person in the room. He introduced me to everyone. This is Amara. She created the arrangements. Incredible artist. He took me to see my flowers featured. See? Told you they were perfect. We drank wine, talked about art, about the contemporary Korean sculpture exhibition, about New York. He was pure charm. Smart. Funny. Attentive. And at the end of the night, when he offered me a ride, I accepted. In the car, a luxurious black Tesla, we talked more. I discovered he was 29 years old, had founded Kimtech 5 years earlier. The company made corporate security software. We protect data for large corporations, he explained. Real estate companies, banks, hospitals. Sounds important, I commented. It is, but it's not my passion. I do it because I'm good at it. My real passion is art, especially Korean art. Why? Connection to my roots. My parents were from Korea, immigrated to the United States before I was born, died when I was a child. Korean art makes me feel close to them. My heart melted. I put my hand on his arm impulsively. I'm sorry for your loss. He covered my hand with his. Thank you. But speaking of happier things, can I see you again? We officially started dating a week later. Minjin would show up at the shop with coffee, take me to dinners after work. Weekends, we'd explore museums, farmers markets, small galleries in Brooklyn. He met my parents at Thanksgiving. My mother was enchanted. He's wonderful, Amara. Polite, successful, and clearly in love with you. My father was more cautious. I researched him. The company's legitimate, worth quite a bit, but I didn't find much about family or background. Where exactly did he come from? His parents died, Dad. It's probably painful to talk about. Even so, be careful. But I didn't want to be careful. I wanted to dive headfirst into that love that seems so real, so perfect. Minjin proposed in April 2021, took me to Central Park on a beautiful Sunday. Cherry blossoms in full bloom. He had a picnic prepared, champagne, strawberries. And in the middle of the afternoon, he knelt down. Amara, you brought beauty into my life, just like you bring beauty to the world with your flowers. Every day with you is a gift. Marry me. Let me give you flowers for the rest of your life. I cried. How could I not cry with such a perfect proposal? I said, yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. He placed a beautiful diamond ring on my finger, kissed me, and while we were there, embraced. I thought, this is the happiest moment of my life. I didn't know I was being deceived, that every beautiful word was a calculated lie, that the man I loved was using my love as a weapon against my family. The wedding was October 2021, Halloween. Our special date, Minjin insisted. We met on Halloween. We have to get married on Halloween. I thought it was romantic. The ceremony was at Bryant Park Hotel. 200 guests. My dress was Vera Wang, a gift from Minjin. We did a traditional Korean ceremony in the morning, paibek with tea and bows. Minjin said his parents would have loved to see me in that hanbok. I cried, thinking of them, of the in-laws I'd never know. What irony. They'd been dead for 20 years, but I didn't know. Nobody knew. Minjin had built an entire life on top of lies. And I, naive, believed every one. The reception was beautiful, flowers everywhere. Obviously, I'd done the arrangements. Roses, peonies, hydrangeas, everything white and green, pure, innocent, like I thought our love was. We danced all night. Minjin's whispered, "I love you," in my ear. And I believed him. The first year of marriage was blissful. We moved into a Tribeca loft, modern, spacious, windows overlooking the Hudson. I kept the flower shop, but hired an assistant so I could spend more time with Min Jun. We traveled. Paris, Rome, Seoul. He wanted to show me his parents' homeland. We visited temples, ate street food, bought art. "This is where they met," he'd say, pointing to random places. All lies, all fabricated, but I believed. Why wouldn't I? He was my husband, my partner, my love. I trusted him completely. That was my biggest mistake. Second year, cracks started appearing. Min Jun worked more, came home late, sometimes smelled of perfume. When I confronted him, he'd say, "Client meetings, you know how it is." I started having insomnia, would lie awake wondering where he was, who he was with. "You're being paranoid," my best friend Maya would say. All men work late sometimes. But something felt off. The way he'd hide his phone, how he'd shower immediately after getting home. Little things that added up to something wrong. I threw myself into work. The shop became my refuge. Flowers don't lie. They bloom when they're ready, wilt when they're dying. Honest. Simple. Unlike my marriage. I started creating darker arrangements. Black roses, deep purples, thorny branches. Customers would comment, "These are different from your usual style." I'd smile and say, "Trying something new." But really, they reflected my internal state. Dark, confused, hurting. Third Halloween approached. October 2023. Min Jun wanted to throw a party. Like we did on our first date. Remember the gallery? How could I forget? That night had changed my life. Started everything. "Sure," I said. "Let's do it." I planned everything. Ordered flowers weeks in advance. Black, burgundy, deep orange, gothic elegance. Hired caterers. Sent invitations. 100 guests. Masks required. Theme was Venetian Halloween. Dramatic. Mysterious. Perfect. The night of the party, I wore a black dress Min Jun had bought. Form-fitting. Elegant. Mask with black feathers. My straight black hair was down, cascading over my shoulders. I looked beautiful. But I felt hollow, like I was playing a role, the happy wife hosting the perfect party. Min Jun was charming as always, smiling, making toasts. 3 years ago, I met the most incredible woman in the world on this date. Tonight, we celebrate our love. Everyone applauded. I forced a smile. And then, near midnight, I saw something that would destroy everything. I went to get aspirin from our home office. My head was pounding from the noise, the pretending, the emptiness I felt. The office door was ajar. Min Jun's laptop was open on the desk, screen glowing, email open, and I saw words that would shatter my world. Final phase of revenge against James Bennett is complete. Soon, his empire will fall. Thank you for your patience these 3 years. I froze. Read it again. Final phase of revenge. 3 years. My mind started connecting dots I'd ignored. His lack of family, the excessive perfection, the timing of everything. I felt suffocated. Left the office, walked through the party, smiling mechanically, went to the bathroom, locked the door, sat on the floor, started shaking. It wasn't paranoia, wasn't insecurity. My marriage was a trap. I was a pawn in a revenge game I didn't even know existed. And the man I loved
who I'd given my heart, my trust, 3 years of my life to, was a walking lie. Everything was a lie. Since that first smile at the gallery, since the first question about my dreams, all planned, calculated, fake. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, had to get out, had to confront him, had to know. I splashed water on my face, fixed my makeup, took off the mask, went back downstairs, found Minjun by the bar, laughing with guests. Minjun, we need to talk. Now. He saw my face. His smile faltered. What's wrong? Office, now. We went upstairs. I closed the door, locked it, turned to face him. Who are you? He blinked. What are you talking about? The email on your laptop about revenge against my father. About 3 years. Explain. Now. I watched emotions flash across his face. Surprise, calculation, then something cold, resigned. You weren't supposed to see that. But I did, so explain. He sighed, sat on the desk. Your father killed my parents. The words hit me like a punch. What? 22 years ago, James Bennett was developing a property in Queens. My parents owned a small business there. They refused to sell. Your father made things difficult, harassed them, threatened them. They still refused. Then there was a fire, conveniently destroyed their shop. They were inside, trapped. Fire department said it was electrical, but I know, I've always known, James Bennett had them killed. I couldn't process this. No! My father wouldn't what? Kill people for profit? Wake up, Amara. Your father's a ruthless businessman. He's destroyed dozens of families. Mine was just one. But I was the only survivor, the only one who could fight back. By marrying me, my voice broke. By pretending to love me, by making me fall in love with you, for revenge? Yes. No hesitation, no remorse. Just cold truth. I spent years planning, researching, waiting for the right moment. When I learned James Bennett had a daughter who loved flowers, who was kind, who was perfect, I knew. Marry you. Get close to the family. Learn their business secrets. Slowly destroy them from the inside. And it worked. Your father's company is hemorrhaging money, losing contracts. In 6 months, he'll be bankrupt. Tears streamed down my face. I loved you. I gave you everything. I know. You made it easy. You were so trusting, so eager to believe in fairy tales. It was almost too simple. Our wedding? Our travels? Everything? All lies? Not all. Some moments were pleasant. You're a good person, Amara. In another life, maybe we could have been real, but not in this one. In this one, you're James Bennett's daughter, and he has to pay. I'm not my father. No, but you're his weakness, his beloved daughter. Destroying you destroys him. That's how revenge works. I slapped him hard. The sound echoed in the room. He didn't flinch, just looked at me with those cold eyes. I want a divorce. Of course you do. I never want to see you again. Understood. And my father? If what you say is true, there will be an investigation. Good luck with that. It was 22 years ago. No evidence, just a tragic fire. I left the office, left the party, grabbed my coat, walked out into the cold October night. Behind me, I could hear the party continuing. Music, laughter, people celebrating, not knowing the hostess's world had just shattered. I walked, blocks, miles maybe, ended up at my flower shop, my sanctuary. Unlocked the door, went inside, sat among the flowers, roses, lilies, chrysanthemums, all sleeping for the night. And I cried for the love I'd lost, the marriage that never was, the 3 years I'd wasted on a man who'd never loved me. Cried until I had no tears left. The divorce was brutal. Min-jun didn't contest it, gave me the loft, half his money, walked away. "I got what I wanted," he said at our lawyer's office. "Your father's destroyed. You can have everything else." I didn't want his money, didn't want anything that reminded me of him, but my lawyer insisted, "Take it, you earned it. 3 years of your life, take every penny." I moved out of the loft, too many memories, got a small apartment above the flower shop. Simpler, safer. I could hear the city below, smell my flowers above. It was enough, more than enough. I threw myself into work. The shop became my everything. Created arrangements, taught classes, built a website. Slowly, the business grew. And slowly, I healed. My father's company did collapse, just as Min-jun predicted. Bankruptcy, lawsuits, everything gone. My parents had to sell their home, move into something smaller. My father aged overnight. Gray hair, tired eyes. "I'm sorry, Amara," he said one day. "For what?" "For whatever I did that made that man target you, target us." I wanted to ask about the fire, about Min-jun's parents. But what good would it do? The past was past. The damage was done. 6 months after the divorce, Maya dragged me to a charity gala. "You need to get out, meet people, live again." I didn't want to go, but she insisted. So I wore a simple red dress, my grandmother's favorite color, and went. The gala was at the Natural History Museum. Beautiful, elegant, full of wealthy people pretending to care about causes. I was looking at the dinosaur exhibit when someone said, "The flowers here are beautiful, but I bet yours are better." I turned, saw a man, American, tall, dark hair, kind eyes, warm smile, nothing like Min-jun. "How do you know I work with flowers?" "Lucky guess. You're wearing a corsage, real flowers, not silk, and you've been staring at that floral centerpiece for 5 minutes like you're judging it." I laughed. First real laugh in months. "You're right. It's okay. Could be better. More depth, less symmetry." He said, "I'm Marcus Thompson. Amara Bennett." We talked all night. He was easy to talk to. Funny, smart, owned a real estate development company. When he mentioned that, I tensed. "Don't worry," he said, reading my face. "I'm nothing like James Bennett. I actually pay fair prices. Don't destroy small businesses." Boring, I know. "How do you know about my father?" "Everyone in real estate knows. What happened to him was unfortunate, but also kind of deserved. Sorry, that's probably harsh. No, it's honest. I appreciate honest."
Marcus asked for my number. I gave it. He called the next day, asked me to coffee, then dinner, then a walk in Central Park. We took it slow. After Min-jun, I needed slow. Marcus understood. Never pushed. "I'm not going anywhere," he'd say. "Take your time." And slowly, carefully, I opened my heart again. Let myself trust. Let myself feel. Marcus was everything Min-jun wasn't. Honest, open, real. He told me about his childhood in Boston, his father who'd been a construction worker, his mother who'd been a teacher, building his company from scratch. "I'm proud of what I do," he said, "but I don't define myself by it. Work is work. Life is what matters." He asked about my flowers, came to the shop, bought arrangements for his office, helped me with deliveries, didn't care about getting dirt on his expensive suits. 6 months of dating, he said, "I'm falling in love with you." We were at my apartment. I'd made dinner badly. We'd ordered pizza as backup, laughing over burned pasta. And then he just said it. Simple. Direct. "I'm falling in love with you, Amara, and I need you to know. No pressure,
no expectations, just truth. I looked at him, this man who'd been patient, kind, real, and I said, I'm falling in love with you too. We made it official, started talking about future. He wanted me to meet his parents, wanted to meet mine. But fair warning, I said, my family's complicated right now. All families are, mine too. My dad's a recovering alcoholic. My mom's a hoarder. We're a mess, but we're a loving mess. I laughed. Okay then. Halloween came again, October 2024, 1 year since Min Jun's betrayal. I didn't want to celebrate, wanted to ignore it, but Marcus had other ideas. Let's reclaim it, make new memories, better ones. He took me to a pumpkin patch in upstate New York. We picked pumpkins, drank hot cider, carved jack-o'-lanterns. Simple, sweet, nothing fancy, just us. And for the first time in a year, Halloween felt okay. Not scary, not painful, just okay. Marcus proposed in December, winter, my favorite season. We were ice skating in Rockefeller Center, tourists everywhere, Christmas tree lit up. And right there, on the ice, he knelt down, nearly fell over. I laughed, he laughed. Amara Bennett, I know we haven't been together long, and I know you've been hurt, but I also know I love you, really love you. Not because of who your father is or what you can give me, just you. The woman who talks to flowers, who burns pasta, who's stronger than she knows. Will you marry me? I said yes, no hesitation, because Marcus was right. I was ready. Ready to trust again, ready to love again, ready to believe in forever. The ring was sapphire, my birthstone. He said, I know diamonds are traditional, but you're not traditional. Perfect. We planned a small wedding. Spring, cherry blossoms, just family and close friends. No big party, no masks, no games, just love. Real, honest, beautiful love. My parents came, his parents came. Maya was my maid of honor. We got married in the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, surrounded by flowers, my grandmother's spirit there. And when Marcus kissed me, I felt free. Finally, completely free. After the wedding, Marcus took me to the flower shop. I have a surprise. He'd bought the space next door, knocked down the wall, expanded. Now you have room to grow. Your business, your dreams, everything. I cried. Happy tears this time. How did you? I've been planning for months. Called your landlord, made an offer. It's yours. Happy wedding present. The expanded shop was perfect. More room for inventory, a workshop area for classes, office space, everything I dreamed of. Thank you, I whispered, for believing in me. Always, he said. Always. Life settled into beautiful routine. Work, home, love. Simple pleasures. Weekend brunches, evening walks, flowers and laughter and peace. Everything I'd never had with Mindy. Everything real and honest and mine. Then one day, 9 months after the wedding, someone walked into the shop. I was arranging dahlias. Looked up, saw Minjin. My heart stopped. What are you doing here? I needed to see you. Why? To apologize, to explain, to, I don't know, make things right? There's no making this right. You destroyed my life, my family, everything. I know, and I'm sorry, truly. After you left, I realized I might have had feelings, real feelings, for you, and I destroyed them for revenge that wasn't even satisfying. You ruined my father. I know. And it didn't make me feel better. Didn't bring my parents back. Just made me alone, empty, like you probably felt. I did feel that way for a long time, but not anymore. I heard you remarried.
I'm I'm happy for you. Are you? Yes. You deserve happiness, real happiness, not what I gave you. Thank you for saying that, but it doesn't change anything. I know. I just needed you to know I'm sorry for all of it. He left. I watched him go, felt nothing. No anger, no pain, just nothing. He was a chapter closed, a lesson learned, but not my present, not my future, just my past. And the past couldn't hurt me anymore. Marcus came by later. You okay? Your assistant said someone upset you. Minjin stopped by. His jaw tensed. What'd he want? To apologize. I think he was genuine, but it doesn't matter. He's nothing to me now. Good, because you're everything to me. He kissed me. Everything. We found out I was pregnant in spring. Cherry blossoms blooming again. Full circle. Marcus cried, We're having a baby? Yes, a little flower. Or a little real estate mogul. God, I hope not. We laughed, held each other, started dreaming of future. Nursery colors, names, all the beautiful possibilities.
Life is strange. 3 years ago, I thought Minjin was my destiny, my forever. But he was just the storm I had to weather to teach me what I truly deserved. Marcus is my destiny, this baby, this life, this real, honest, beautiful life. And I'm grateful. Grateful for the pain that led me here. Grateful I survived. Grateful I learned. Grateful I found real love. So yes, I believe flowers can change your life. Every ending is a new beginning. Every wilted rose means space for new blooms. And every broken heart can heal. I'm living proof. Amara Bennett Thompson, florist, wife, soon to be mother, and finally, truly, completely happy.